every now and then you're going to have to handwrite a letter to someone. Let's say you get invited to a party and you need to respond, a wedding. Maybe you need to send a birthday card to someone, maybe a sympathy card to someone. These are the type of things you can't really use your phone to text people. You need to actually write something down on a piece of paper and send it to people. Now, how do you do that? First, you go to a post office and buy some stamps. These are under $1. Each one of those stamps allows the US Postal Service to send an envelope like this with a couple of pieces of paper, usually no more than a, page or maybe 2 pages, to anywhere in the United States. Any 50 states, this envelope will be delivered as long as you follow the following instructions. US addresses require 3 lines: name of the recipient, the address of the recipient, including if there is an apartment, city, comma, state, space, zip code or postal code. Those are the 3 lines the US Postal Service requires. Why do they require that? Because most of these envelopes are automatically read by a machine. So you don't want to get fancy. You don't want to write some fancy script that makes it difficult for a machine to read. I always use very dark ink, and I always type things in uppercase, write things in uppercase. That way the machine reads the address and as efficiently as possible, for less than $1, sends an envelope to whoever it is that you want to communicate with. As long as you follow this rule. A, put a stamp on the top right corner of your envelope. Now I've drawn some lines here so you know what I'm talking about. On the top right of the envelope, that's the only place the Postal Service expects to see a stamp. Don't get fancy and cute. Put the stamp right here on the top right. In the center of the envelope, an inch above the bottom of the envelope, put the address of the recipient in really nice dark ink in a legible format. Name of the recipient, the address including apartment number, city, comma, state abbreviation, space, postal code or zip code. That's how the Postal Service will deliver this. Now, what happens if your address is incomplete or the Postal Service decides you don't have enough stamps or you forgot to put a stamp here or this is just the wrong address? Somebody else lives in that address. They will guarantee return of this envelope back to you for that 80 cents or 90 cents or whatever that stamp was. They will guarantee return of this envelope if they can't find the person in this address that you put down. How do they do that? By looking up your address in the return space. The return address is on the top left. Put it on the top left. Wherever you want it to go, if this address is wrong or this envelope gets bounced, where do you want it to go? It goes back to the sender. This is the sender's address. Same format. Your name, second line is your address, including apartment number. Third line is city, comma, state, space, postal code. Blank envelopes don't usually have these lines in them, so you're going to have to memorize this. Very simple. Top right is the stamp. Center of the envelope is the person that's being sent to. Top left is the address of the person who is sending it. Make sure you do this right. You don't want your letters to look like ransom notes. Do this right, and the person will receive it, and the government of the United States guarantees this will be in that person's hand within a few days. That's a good deal. How do you send someone a piece of paper in this envelope once you've addressed it and put a stamp on it? You don't fold it 10 ways. Very simply, fold it 3 ways. Okay? Fold it 3 ways. Put it inside of the envelope. Seal the envelope. Sometimes it's resealable material like this. You can just peel this off and it'll glue on. Sometimes it's just glue. You lick the glue and you close it up the old-fashioned way. Make sure you have the right amount. Don't stuff this full of a lot of stuff, because the Postal Service weighs these and will not deliver something that's too heavy. But this is a very important piece of knowledge that you have to have as an adult, so that you can send an envelope to people that reaches them. So once you're done addressing the envelope and put a stamp on it, you sealed it, find yourself a Postal Service mailbox, the blue ones that are around the corner. Or if you don't have one near you, go to the nearest post office, and they have places where you can drop your mail into. That's it. That's the end of the process. Good luck.